Hello there! Welcome back to Jennie Designs with Paper. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have an interactive card video for you, so get comfy and let's get crafty. In a past episode of Crime and Coloring, I had stamped out these altenew cupcake stamps and colored them, and you can see I've already used one. I am going to be using that cupcake in the purple wrapper to create a full panel shaker card. So I'm going to go ahead and use that coordinating die to die cut this image and send it through my Spellbinders die cut machine. A cool thing about these full panel shaker cards is that they are a little bit less bulky than some of the traditional shaker cards. There's no foam tape absolutely required in this, so they're a little bit thinner than maybe a traditional or Generation 1 shaker card. Okay, I've got my cupcake cut out, and this piece of purple cardstock is 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. It is the same size as my card front, and I have a piece of stamp packaging. So this is just the cellophane wrapper that came around a stamp set I purchased, and I keep all of this cellophane packaging for 2 reasons. I can use them on these shaker cards, so I don't have to buy anything, and then also it's not going in my garbage. I suppose theoretically it gets thrown away sometime, but you know, not at my house. So I have gone through my bits and bobs, and I have pulled out some iridescent confetti, some purple seed beads, some purple sequins, and some clear sequins to add to my shaker. So the first thing I need to do to create the shaker pouch, oh my goodness, sorry, words are hard. Wow. Is to add some really strong adhesive to the back of my card panel. So this is that, it has 100 different names. Suquane tape or Terran tape. I think I've got this one on Amazon, so I think it is the Suquane brand, but anyway, it's just a really strong double-sided adhesive. I like this one because I can tear it right through the backing tape. I don't have to cut it. But you just need a strong adhesive. And I think my ATG gun would work, but I'm not going to bet that, right? I would hate to make a card and have somebody shake it and have all the confetti and bits go flying out. So once I have the backing on the back of my card panel, I am going to take the release paper off 3 sides. And then I am going to, and you can't really see that cellophane, but I promise it's on my work surface there. There you go. You got a little glimpse of it in the light there. I am going to lay my card panel in the center of this piece of cellophane that I've cut off and adhere 3 sides. So I did miss a step. I should have cut off the corners on that bottom section before I folded it up so there wasn't a lot of bulk there. I did have to trim that off, which I just kind of did off screen. And you'll see right here, I'm remembering, trim the corners down. So I did trim the top corners down. I did leave a little too much extra on the sides and the top, but that's okay. And when you pull the cellophane around the front, you want it to be adhered firmly, but you don't want to stretch it tight. You've got to have a little bit of room for those sequins and shakers to go in the pouch you're creating, or they won't move around. So while you want it adhered tight, you don't want the plastic stretched tight. And because I do have a little bit of extra cellophane on my edges, I'm just going to take some Scotch tape and tape that down. That is because I'm paranoid, not for any other reason. I have utmost faith in my double-sided adhesive, but I am convinced that because I have extra packaging sticking out from the tape, something's going to catch on I'm just paranoid. Just, if you feel like you need the tape, add the tape, but you really probably don't. All right, so I'm going to first I'm going to open up all of my containers, which is dangerous because I now have 4 containers of things open on my desk. And I'm going to just kind of dump a few of them in this little pouch I've created. These seed beads are super cool in shaker cards, but man, are they a mess. And I am super paranoid that they're just going to go everywhere. I'm watching this video while I do the voiceover, and I'm just, even though I know it didn't happen, I'm waiting for these things to go flying all over my desk. I love shaker cards, but these little bits and bobs make me nervous. Super, super nervous. Anyway, so I've added the iridescent confetti. I've added the sequins, the clear and the purple, and I've added those purple seed beads. So now I'm going to take off the release paper on this last stretch of tape, and I'm going to fold that cellophane, the plastic, back down over the back of my card panel. And then everything is all snug as a bug in a rug. Again, don't make this so tight that your bits and pieces can't move. Just make sure that the adhesive is strong so that it adheres nicely. I am going to trim down those corners a little bit more. And then I'm going to, because I'm paranoid, add another piece of Scotch tape to this extra flap. Yeah, it's just because I'm paranoid. I promise. It's not necessary. And now you can see how the sequins and the confetti and the beads, they just move around in there like butter. And then I decided I needed a little more Scotch tape because the corner was popping up. See, they make me paranoid. Oh, okay. Anyways, we are going to move on to creating the front part of our card panel. So I have my little purple cupcake, and I want to put it on a circle of white cardstock because I want to use this sentiment that says it's your birthday. That's kind of in a semicircle. So I've pulled out my waffle flower circle dies, and I need to figure out which die is just big enough to house the cupcake and the sentiment. I don't want to go too big because then I will be blocking the whole front of the card, and it will cover up all of my shaker pieces, which, you know, defeats the purpose a little bit. So I feel like this one would work. It might be a little bit snug. I'm going to pop the next size one out and hold it up on my card front, and that's just too big. That's covering up too much of my shaker card. So I decided to go ahead and use the size that I chose first, and it's going to be just perfect. So I pull out a piece of white cardstock, and I did this off camera because I think I turned my camera off and forgot to turn it back on. But then I sent it through my die cut machine, and I'm ready to stamp my sentiment. Now I'm going to pull out like that's even proper English. Sorry, you guys. I am going to use my Misty Stamp Positioner because the sentiment is a really fine text. So I want to be able to stamp it more than one time if I need to, because I don't want to mash down on it. I don't want to smash the stamp and distort the letters. Especially because it is a curved stamp, there's already the potential for distortion in there, right? Because it's not straight. I'm going to be stamping with my VersaFine Nocturne Black ink. I can't remember which one of those words is supposed to come first, but whatever. And I have made sure that is down in that left-hand corner of my Misty, just in case I need to restamp it. And I'm just sliding my fingers over the stamp. You can see there's like almost no pressure going on at all. And gratefully, it did stamp really nice the first time. I did get a little bit of distortion on the ends, but it is what it is, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and use my ATG gun to adhere the cupcake down with some double-sided adhesive. The cupcake is actually done on watercolor paper because I used watercolors or watercolor pens. I can't remember exactly which I used to color this. I think I used actual watercolors to color this, the cupcakes. I totally can't remember. It wasn't that long ago. My brain's just trashed today. Anyway, now that we have the cupcake on the circle, we're going to add the circle to the front of our card panel. And because I am taping it down to that cellophane, again, I need to use a really strong adhesive. So I will be pulling out my Suquin tape or my Terran tape or whatever this stuff is called. And I'm going to go ahead and add some tape. There we go. Oh my goodness. Some double-sided adhesive tape to the back of the circle. I am sorry, this voiceover is probably the most ridiculous thing you've heard yet on my channel because my brain and words are not friends today. Words are for real hard. However, we got it done. We got the tape on the back of this, the focal point image. I am going to kind of nestle that more down toward the right-hand corner instead of centering it. I kind of want it offside just a little bit, just so that there's more room for those shaker bits and bobs to be seen. Okay, I have another piece of purple cardstock. This is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. Sorry, I'm going to score it in half at 5 1/2, and this will create my standard A2 top folding portrait style card. It is the same size as this shaker panel that we've already created, so there will be no border. It will just be the whole front of the card will be this shaker envelope, which is super fun. You don't have, you could make a border, I suppose, Maybe I'll have to try that. But, super fun. I do need to add some really strong adhesive again to the back of this shaker pouch to add it to the front of my card. I'm going to kind of speed through that because you've seen me use the double-sided adhesive a number of times in this video. I am making sure that I get some adhesive on the plain cardstock as well as the cellophane and the Scotch tape. And that is just me making sure that the sequins don't go flying off the minute that the recipient of this card starts shaking it up and down. I do plan to send this card to one of my nieces who is turning double digits this year. So I want to make sure that it does not explode. Her mom will be mad at me if it explodes. So my focal point is attached and my card panel is attached, and I'm just shaking it up and down to make sure that everything is moving freely. I do need to add a liner to the inside of my card because it is purple cardstock. I want to have a piece of paper to write a birthday message on. So I have a piece of just traditional copy paper. I think it's a 24-pound copy paper, but just a piece of copy paper that I've taped down with my ATG gun to the inside of my card so that there's a nice place to write a letter or a sentiment or a birthday message. There we go. And again, I have to play with it because it's fun. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so that you can see the glitter and the iridescent and the yummy goodness that is this shaker card. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I have added a couple of other videos here that I think you would enjoy, as well as a subscribe button. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did so. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you have a really fabulous day.